All right, and we are coming back, starting off the first session of Coyote Canyon. So Coyote Canyon.
We need like a whip sound.
So let's jump in. Washington Sound. This will play.
You're listening to WASH, that Washington Sound. Folks, it's been one doozy of an April. This will be my third day on vacation. As I'm sure you're aware, Jonathan, my studio assistant, is taking care of everything while I'm gone, and he's probably ripping his hair out right now trying to figure out which recording of me he's supposed to be playing. Today we have a special treat for all of you. We have an archived episode of Ancient Myths Radio to share with you. So without further delay, Jonathan, play that 8-track.
This is Ancient Myths Radio.
There are many places in the world that somehow manage to bridge the gap between the real and the ethereal. One such place is a small desert town located north of the Sonoran Desert in Arizona. This is where our story takes place. A story of intrigue and mystery. A story of mistrust and ambiguity. Let us drift into the burning winds of Arizona and into an ancient myth turned modern.
You guys, there is a strange heat currently creeping around the town of Coyote Canyon. The town itself is located on the side of a large bluff. The canyon that it's known for is more of a county of the area. As there's mountains surrounding the entire space, the lower reaches of it tend to get lost in a myriad of different tunnels and crags along this cracked earth. A highway connects this town to the rest of the world, but it's a little bit off. It's rather off the beaten path. So it's kind of difficult for people to find. We find you guys on a Saturday evening. Currently, most of the town is in town hall. There is a large gathering of people for a bit of a meeting to discuss the new construction of a hotel and resort nearby. Actually, so nearby that you can already see the construction beginning. And that's kind of why the mobs around all of you are starting to get a little bit antsy, because the mayor approved the construction of this place without the town's consent. Now, you guys are aware of the rivaling political parties in this town. Mostly, you've got the Anderson Works Party, who works for the benefit of Anderson, the Anderson Copper Works, that everyone kind of works under here in this town, at least the majority of the people in the town. Then there's also the people with the Coyote Pack. The small group that are dedicated in keeping the animals and atrocities that happen here in the town with all the crazy shooting of animals and hunting that goes on. Now their focus has shifted slightly into the mistrust and anger at the mayor and the people in charge at the moment for allowing the resort just across the way to be constructed without anyone's permission. All of you are currently in the crowd, surrounded by a bunch of different people. Let's see, Orion. In this crowd of in this outdoor kind of like gathering to see this like political debate going on between these two political parties, where would you say you are in this like crowd of people?
The Coyote Pack?
You're on the side of the Coyote Pack, just really close up there with that group. Okay. So a few of you notice that Orion is cheering on pretty much the political party of the Coyote Pack pretty heavily at this point, as tensions begin to slowly rise within the crowd. People shouting different things at the mayor, mainly their distrust and anger at this craziness. It's an independent town. There shouldn't be outsiders building large-scale construction here. Clay, in this crowd of mistrust and anger, where do you find yourself?
I'm somewhere in the middle, but near the back.
Okay. So you find yourself within the crowd itself. Just
Yeah, I'm within the crowd. I'm not on the side of like the wolf, the coyote pack rather, not the wolf pack, the coyote pack, and I'm not on the other side either.
So you're not with the Anderson Works Party either.
No, I mean I don't really have anything to do with the mine personally, so it doesn't affect me. I'm not entirely in favor of the resort because that means less land for my cattle to graze and all that. But it's also so far enough away from my farm that it's not a huge deal.
Okay. So, Frankie, in this crowd, this gathering, where do you find yourself?
Probably towards the back, like removed from the crowded, maybe kind of like watching on.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that all of this is kind of taking place in front of the courthouse. Just there's a small bit of land where the steps from the courthouse lead out into the main street. So this like kind of square-shaped area where most of the people are kind of crowded in front of this rather large building. And there's other small businesses around you guys. And since this is kind of on the cliffside, the roads leading down and away from this kind of town square are just kind of angled downward. So you can see the wide expanse of the valley and the vistas and the adjacent mountains. In the distance, on the complete opposite from your town, there is a new road that has been constructed all the way to the beginnings of this resort on the opposite mountain. Frankie, you have a pretty good view from being all the way back here as of like the vistas, not necessarily the stage where people are currently debating. Go ahead and roll brains for me. With a 4, looking within the crowd, you notice that there's an unusual level of stress. For this town, being like up in arms about something isn't that like crazy, but to this level of tension is new. And you realize that most of these people are armed to some degree. That unnerves you. More than it's ever unnerved you before. It's normal to see this, but not at this level. And that brings us to Kimberly. Where are you in this crowd?
I was thinking I wanted to be close enough to where I could hear like the debate really well, but kind of further back. So either like bordering the end of the crowd or even just a little out, like behind that, like leaning against a tree or something, just like listening if there are trees there. I don't want to be like in the crowd if something happens again.
Okay. And you can hear the political debate going on right now. It's not so much a debate as it is a rant from the Coyote Pack, currently saying like how despicable it is that the mayor managed to get this passed through without any approval from the town. At this point, you notice that the leader of the Coyote Pack stands you know him. He's fairly well known around the town. He has kind of graying hair with a military buzz cut. He wears like a bomber jacket with some black jeans, a big old like not aviator sunglasses, but that kind of aviator like glasses, really thick lenses, and a heavy, deep voice. And that's all I have to say about this at this present time. And as he's stepping away from the podium, another man walks up, which you recognize from the Anderson Works Party. His name is Andreas Mortimer. He's currently wearing a nice suit, pinstriped. He has those glasses, the horn-rimmed glasses. They're brown, and he has like a nice combed hair, piercing blue eyes, and a nose kind of like that of a hawk. He walks up to the podium. Now I understand that this is a difficult time for a lot of us, but we had the best of intentions here in the office of the mayor to get this resort built so that we would have more something more attractive than just our copper. Because let's be honest, as people of copper mining, we can't only solely rely on a single source of revenue if we want our town to expand in size. And at that, there's a loud booing from the crowd as he continues to try and talk over the crowd. Penny.
Yes.
Where are you at?
I am sitting with my parents, obviously, like in the copperwork section, but I'm half paying attention. I'm like slouching a little bit, pouting because my Saturday night plans are ruined. And I'm kind of like, I'm more excited about the new road leading away from like the hotel that's being made for the town.
That's fair. As you are kind of seated there in a safe location with outside of the crowd, go ahead and roll brains for me. It takes a moment to roll sometimes. Yeah. You did confirm on the little box.
The submit button.
Are you rolling from the character sheet?
Yes. Where would you like me to roll?
No, you can roll from the character sheet, and it should work.
There we go.
There it goes. It just took a little bit longer than normal. Penny, with a 5, you were kind of staring into the crowd and then looking along the new road that's been recently built towards the resort. And as you continue to follow your eyeline to the resort, for a fraction of a second, you see it shimmer and change into a fully constructed hotel. And then it shimmers and changes back to a half-constructed pieces of buildings here and there. You kind of rub your eyes a little bit and you look back and it's still not fully constructed yet. Hope? You're not sure. As you turn your attention back to the crowd, people are getting more and more restless as the Anderson Works party is just kind of riling up the town. All of you, go ahead and roll brains for me.
Okay, wait. Explain this to me one more time.
So on the character sheet, there are little buttons to the left and right of the dice that you can roll. You go ahead and click that, and it'll give you it'll send a dice roll.
Wait.
If it asks for modifiers, it's 0. You just go ahead and... Okay. So, the person that rolled the highest was Clay. Clay.
Wait. Sorry.
Ryan rolled the highest?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't see that. My bad. Orion, you are standing there with the Coyote pack, and you feel an arm kind of like graze your shoulder. You kind of turn and look in that direction, and there's a man standing there. A man that you do not recognize, and never seen in your entire life. Pardon me, child. I have to make it to the podium.
What's up? I don't remember seeing you around. To support the pack?
I support everyone.
Excellent.
As he pushes past you, you notice that you can't quite keep your eyes on him. He has one of those faces that looks like he could be anyone, but at the same time, you can't discern any features. He walks up to the podium, and Andreas Mortimer, the guy that's currently talking, notices the man and immediately moves away from the podium mid-sentence. Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Cash. I am the one funding the resort. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to your town for allowing me this privilege. I am here to do nothing but extend a welcome and warm hand to all of you in the community. As soon as Sunbellow Bay Resort and Casino is open, all of you are welcome to stay free of charge. Remove the stresses from your life and allow yourself some time of tranquility and peace. If you have any concerns, you can speak directly to me. You hear from the side the leader of the Coyote Pack, Frank Hunt, the man with the buzz cut, turn towards this man and say, "And just who are you?" "Me? My name is Mr. Hook. And I live to serve." As he does a light bow towards the audience, all of you notice for the first time that everything is very quiet. And that Mr. Hook hasn't talked above a whisper this entire time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a hotel to run. As he begins to walk back in the direction of you, Orion, you catch a slight, like a wafting breeze. A smell seems familiar. Roll brains for me. Seven. With a 7, you know the smell. Rust. It's odd. But when you turn to see where he's gone, he's nowhere to be seen. The crowd seems to be placated to some degree. And as all of you stare back in the direction of the hotel, I need everyone to roll brains one more time.
Emil, I'm having troubles with sorry. Yes.
That's okay. You can write on the little box at the bottom. On the left, the little sidebar. There's the little dice. You can just roll a d6.
Okay, thank you.
So I got a spillover.
No.
What was that?
I got the maximum of the dice. That's a spillover, right?
Yeah, that's an exploded dice. You can roll again.
So I got an 18.
Nice. Okay, that's really good.
I need to roll again because that's not possible for mine. I don't know why.
Yeah, we'll iron it. We'll iron this all out. If you rolled below a 6, you get an adversity token, and I'll make sure to hand those out. Everyone starts with 3. So you'll have 4 beginning of the next session.
Sweet.
But all of you who rolled above a 6, you look back at the hotel, and for a brief moment, it's fully built. You blink, and it's back to being a standard half-built structure. As everyone starts parting ways, you take glances. Orion, you see Clay walking past. Kimberly, you see Frankie walking in the opposite direction. Penny, momentarily, you see both Kimberly and Frankie. You're all getting to your respective places to go home and figure out the mysteries of what exactly is going on in your town. This is where we're going to end this session for today.
Nice.
Cool.
So yeah, you guys will be trying to discern what exactly the Cernbello Bay Resort and Casino is, and who Mr. Hook is.
Didn't he say his name was Mr. Cash at first?
Did he?
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for those of you that were watching on Twitch. I hope this was the beginning of something fun. After the stream's over, we're going to go ahead and decide when we're going to play next. I'll post it on social medias. I'll get better about using social medias and all that stuff. So if you like storytelling, if you like this kind of format, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We've got all kinds of different social medias now. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time. This has been WASH, That Washington Sound. Good night.